Hello, everyone, and welcome to this new and exciting podcast organized by Samadhan Life Sciences. Now, you would be knowing that every now and then we bring students from different diverse areas of life sciences and talk to them in podcasts and ask them about their experiences in abroad aspects as well as aspects in India. So, in today's podcast, I have Ishika with me. So, Ishika, talking about Ishika, she has completed her bachelor's from Gargi College, Delhi University. Apart from that, she has completed her master's from ISER Thiruvananthapuram, and in between, she has done a lot of internships. So she has completed her internships in Delhi University. Apart from that, ISER Thiruvananthapuram also she has done her internship, and as well as she has been an intern in JNU as well. But the podcast that we are organizing today would be focused upon her recent achievement or accomplishment. So she has recently completed her internship in OIST. So you would be knowing, many of you would be knowing, and a lot of queries often come to me regarding this OIST internship program that is organized by Okinawa Institute in Japan. And it is one of the premier institutes in Japan as well as all over the world. So the internship is very prestigious. A lot of students from India as well as abroad apply to this internship. What is the timeline? What is the fellowship benefit that you get? How or why, how or what you can do to get selected in this internship? Not only this, we would be asking a lot of questions to Ishika directly because she has been successful. So she would be the best person to guide students about this internship. So without much ado, I would invite Ishika on board. Please, Ishika, if you could come on board and uh, we can start this podcast.
Yeah. So hello, thank you for the invite, and
Thank you,
I'll be
Ishika.
glad
Yeah,
to talk.
thank you so much for coming in. I know that you keep busy with your work, but still you accepted our invitation. I'm really, really thankful, and I'm sure that this podcast would be invaluable for students who are applying to OIST this year. Thank you again.
Sure, no problem.
So yeah, so let us start our podcast. So before going into depth in about OIST, I would like to ask you about your basic background. I mean, where did you complete your education from, and things like that. Yes, if you could explain that a little bit.
So I did my bachelor's from Delhi University, from Gargi College, in microbiology, and soon after my bachelor's, I went for a master's in biological science from ISET Thiruvananthapuram. And in between, I was doing a lot of internships, and for now, like I am applying for PhD positions abroad. So yeah, so this is my background more or less.
Okay, so did you from initial period only thought that you would be pursuing higher education in biology, or I mean later on after completing your bachelor's, you went into
So
stuff?
no. Like I really was interested in biology, and I was very clear that I would be pursuing my education in biology. Specifically, I was very much interested into host pathogen interactions. So I did my bachelor's in microbiology. From there, I really developed interest in pathogens and host pathogen interactions. So for my master's, I developed my thesis project, which was focused on host pathogen interactions, and I worked on Toxoplasma gondii. And for my even for my OIST internship, I was involved in virology. So basically, I was working on influenza viruses. Yeah, and I'll talk about the details later in
Right,
this video.
right. Really impressive. So, what motivated you to apply for this OIST internship? I understand that it's a very prestigious internship. What motivated you to apply for this?
So the basic motivation was going getting an international research exposure. Like during my masters, I was very clear that I would like to go for a PhD, but not in India, outside of India. So before jumping into PhD, I wanted some like internship exposure outside. So, but getting an internship opportunity, abroad, it's really difficult, especially getting a fully funded program. So that's really difficult. But then this OIST thing came up, and it was a phenomenal opportunity for me because this internship was fully funded. They funded me for everything from beginning to the end. So yeah, I was looking up, on the internet, I was looking up for fully funded internships, and then I came across this OIST internship program, and I actually applied it twice, and once I failed. So when I was in the final years of my masters, I applied for this internship then as well during the summer vacations, and but I was unsuccessful at that time. And the second time, when my master's program was over, I applied for it again, and luckily I got selected. Yeah,
Okay.
so
Yeah.
they basically advertise it very properly. If you search up online, it'll be the first thing to pop up. If you search, fully funded internship programs, this is going to be the
Yes.
first thing that you'll get on the screen.
Yes.
So
Just
yeah.
one quick question. Many students ask me, sir, what are the opportunities that someone could apply to, the fully funded opportunities abroad? Now, since you have been searching it for long, apart from OIST, what do you recommend students to apply to? Did you apply to other places also?
I did apply so there's like one program in Korea as well. It's like I don't exactly remember the name, but there are programs in Korea and in Taiwan and also in Singapore. Singapore has this National University of Singapore has a program, and also a star program,
Yeah.
which is like a research internship program. You can go and intern there for like 2 3 months and they pay you. So yeah, there are definitely some other programs in Asia. Asia is like very well like known for these fully funded internship programs, especially for master students. So there are definitely some when I was applying, I came across programs that was only for bachelor students, like only undergrad students could apply for in Europe and in the US. But in Asian countries, like Singapore, Taiwan, Japan, they were open to accepting interns from like master level interns. That is not very common in other parts of the world, I feel. Yeah.
Okay, right. So how did you come across this OIST internship opportunity?
So yeah, I was just searching on the web, and this advertisement popped up, and and I just went to their web page, and just the deadline and everything, I just read about it. So it was all the internet. No one from outside told me about this opportunity or as such.
Yes, the biggest question comes when we talk about eligibility. So, because in India, you've seen there are many bachelor's programs: BSc Biotechnology, BSc Microbiology, BSc Biochemistry, BTech, MTech. Now, what,
Yeah.
according to, since you've seen this very closely, I would want to ask you, what is the eligibility criteria to apply for this?
Okay, so OIST is open to students from bachelor's as well as from masters, and people who have recently completed their masters as well. So you can start applying for OIST internship soon after you are done with your second year of your bachelor's. So after second year of your bachelor's, you can apply, and during your masters, you can apply, or after you complete your masters, you are eligible to apply. Yeah, so these are the eligibility criteria.
So, is there also a particular guideline about the number of years? For example, BSc 3 year course or 4 year course. Is that some guideline regarding that also?
No. So basically, they accept students for PhD from the internship program. So
Okay.
for that, the guidelines are a bit different. But purely for the internship program, you are free to apply soon after the second year of your bachelor's. So there is no such GPA restriction or nothing of as such. You just apply using your SOP and LORs. Yeah, that's it.
Yes. Yes. Now, next question is, what is the application process all about? We've seen that a lot of internship opportunities have a very cumbersome process of application. What documents do you require for this particular OIST internship?
So coming to cumbersome, I would say that the application process is definitely going to take some time,
Mhm.
and you have to be very patient as throughout the process. So firstly, they advertise. The advertisement is released in the month of April, and so it's twice a year, in the month of April, mid-April, and in mid-October. So these are the two timelines, like you have to be vigilant and look for this internship during these durations. And then the results are announced in the month of June, and for the April session, and for the October session it's around January, if I'm not wrong. Yeah.
Okay.
So these are the two like sessions, like two cycles. And then yeah, so yeah, and you only need your SOP, your LORs, and the better, so the quality of your LORs would definitely be a game changer if your LORs are coming from like good professors and renowned professors, and if they are able to write you a good LOR, a strong LOR, that would be a game changer for your application. And of course, your SOP is also a major part of your application. So you have to be very detailed and very clear and crisp and clear in your SOP. They do not ask for a very elaborative SOP. They ask for a short SOP, like one page SOP, and in that one page you have to be very clear and crisp about your goals at OIST. So yeah.
Okay. Is there any interview process also?
No, so actually, going for this internship, so there are two ways to get into the program. One, I just described, it's the portal system, like you just apply through the portal and you are just selected. And the second is you contact the professor through email. So they basically, if you are contacting the professor, it is up to the professor if he wants to have an interview with you, or if he is just willing to accept you. So these are the two portals. So if you are applying through the portal, there is no such interview. You just submit your documents and you wait for the result. And but if you are applying to the professor, he might like ask for an interview. So it's up to the professor.
Okay, right. So I did not personally know about this other way. I thought that only the portal application is the only way out. So yes, you've given a nice point. I mean, students can directly apply or approach to the professors as well.
Yes.
Great. So, since you have been selected in OIST, definitely we would want to hear about how you wrote a strong SOP. What are the important points a student should mention in SOP? And I mean, since you said that a letter of recommendation should be from some renowned professors that would benefit. Now, does the rank of the professor also matter? For example, if someone is an assistant professor or an associate professor or emeritus professor, does that also matter?
Actually, in my personal experience, I would say that if the person who's writing the recommendation letter, be it an assistant professor or a professor, if he is able to describe your qualities well, and if he is writing a strong recommendation letter, then it really won't matter if he is an assistant or a like just a professor or something like that. But definitely yeah, the rank matters, like a recommendation letter coming from a professor would definitely be seen much more like in a better view as compared to a letter that's coming from an assistant professor or a postdoc.
Yeah. I would want some tips on how did you write your SOP, I mean, powerful SOP.
Okay, so in the SOP, I was very crisp and clear about the project I wanted to, like work on. And so OIST, one important thing is that OIST focuses on interdisciplinary research. So if you are interested, if you are interested or if you want to pursue interdisciplinary research, you can, in your recipe, you can clearly write that, like there are units in OIST. There are not departments. So these units, they work closely with each other. So you can just take the name of the specific unit you want to work in, or the specific, if you have designed a project, if you have a project in your mind, just briefly write about the project, and just write about yourself as well, what you are bringing onto the table, like your skills and your experience. So you can talk about that, and you can also talk about the professor's work, like how it matches, like your skills and expertise. So it's basically the fit. Many people, it's a very, very competitive internship program, and so many students from all over the world are applying for this. So you have to stand out in terms of the match. So for example, if you are working in neurobiology or neuroscience, and if you're applying to a, like to a to a normal biology person who's working on E. coli or
Mm.
something, some other pathogen, that would make no sense.
Yeah.
That is going to make your application weak. So go for the suitability, and
Mm.
how suitable you are for the unit, what kind of techniques you are bringing to the unit, how you can be helpful to the
Okay.
unit. So in your SOP, you have to be very clear about these points. So
Mm.
yeah.
Okay, just one quick question. I was of an opinion that OIST's website has advertised the different projects that they would be taking students in for. Is it like that, or you can also propose a particular project to a supervisor? Can that also happen?
So basically, you are free to do so. And if the professor becomes intrigued with your project, he might, go ahead with it. And also, like if you are giving your ideas, it always gives a better impression on the person, like that you are research minded, and you have the knowledge, to execute a project. So so giving your own project, giving your own ideas to the professor, it's going to help you. It's not a negative thing, so you can just go ahead. If he likes it, he'll go ahead, he'll encourage you to do that. If he does not, then that's fine as well. Like it's okay, you can just try.
Okay, so the projects are advertised on the basis of the units, as per my belief, right? So a particular
Yes.
unit will have, let us say, 5 projects, another unit will have 7 projects, things like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, can you tell me approximately how many interns are taken in every cycle?
Okay, so around 200 interns are so basically, like they are always coming on and off. So these timelines that I told you, of course, people come through that as well. And there are unit interns, like the second thing, like the second route that I told
Mm.
you.
Mm.
So
Mm.
if you are directly approaching the professor, you are not bound to these timelines. He will directly take you in. So people are coming throughout the year. People talk to the professor, and they fix their own date, and
Mhm.
according to their convenience. So people are coming, interns are coming all year round. And
Mhm.
through the portal process, there are around like 200 in the research interns that come. So it's
Having
like
said that,
very,
still the acceptance rate, I believe, is extremely low, as per
it's
my.
extremely low. Yeah. So they get like tons of applications every year for every cycle. And so from this session onwards, like this year
Mm.
onwards, they have also applied a fee, like a
Okay.
3,000 and Japanese yen fee on the application process. This was not done previously, and this has been started from now,
Yes,
because the
I
rate
believe.
of has
Yeah.
been crazy.
Yeah, I believe to cut down the number of students who are applying. I mean, only the serious students should apply, and people should
Yes.
not just apply for giving it a try. Mm.
Yes, definitely. Yeah.
Yes. Now, I would ask you about your experiences in OIST. So, how was the onboarding process? I mean, how were you selected? What was the process? Can you just explain that?
So yeah, the process has been extremely smooth for me because also it depends on your unit as well. Yeah, so basically once you are selected, you are the visa process and everything is taken care of. They help you with everything. They give you an offer letter. The offer letter is issued, which will be helpful for you to get your visa. And
Mhm.
once you get your visa, they pay for your flight tickets as well. So basically, like, you don't have to pay anything in advance. Nothing needs to be done from your side. Once you're selected, you get the offer letter. They are going to book the tickets for you, and they
Mhm.
will send you the tickets according to your convenience. Like, they would give you like 2 3 months. In 2 3 months, like, you can just go there. And yeah, and once you get there, they will, like, help you with getting to the institute, because it's a very isolated place. It's
Mhm.
basically an island. And yeah, so things can be difficult in terms of transportation, but they are very helpful. They provide you a taxi, and the accommodation is taken care of, and the work timings, everything, it is very flexible.
Mhm.
And of course, it depends on your unit, the working conditions, but overall, I would say that OIST pampers the interns a lot. So everything is taken care of. The housing is taken care of. You need to pay the insurance, the monthly insurance, and you need to register to the office, like to the village office, there, and you have to pay your insurance and everything. That is not covered. That you need to give from the stipend that you would be getting. But otherwise, they help you to, get to the office and register yourself, and yeah, everything basically.
Do they also
So
cover the visa fees?
they do not cover the visa fee, but the visa fee is only like 500 like Indian rupee. So it's
Okay,
not that.
okay,
Yeah.
okay, okay. So, what was your research about, and in which unit you were selected?
So I was selected in the quantum wave microscopy unit, and it was a small unit with mostly staff scientists. And I did not have any PhD or postdocs in my unit, and I was the only intern. And basically, my unit was like a physics unit. They were physics people, but recently they started doing biology. And specifically, we were dealing with looking into the structure of influenza virus and
Mm.
the Newcastle disease virus. So I was doing a lot of cryo electron microscopy work and a lot of cell culture work. So yeah, it was basically like these were the two techniques that were extensively used. So I brushed up on those, and also I learned some animal handling skills, which
Wow.
I did not really do much in India, but there I was extensively doing animal handling as well.
So, were you working on mice?
Yes, I was working on mice. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, I mean, cryo EM is a technique that is used nowadays a lot. So, if you have got some skill in that, then definitely you would be. I mean,
Exactly.
you would be
Uh,
considered. Yeah.
yeah. So, like, this was doing cryo EM. I think it's like the most beneficial thing that I learned at OIST, because I don't think that I would have gotten an opportunity in India as a
True.
master student to involve myself in cryo EM. And
Yes.
there I
Yes.
was free to do I was free to use the microscope. I just had to do the booking, and I was free to prepare the samples, to use the microscope, do the imaging and everything. It was up to me. So that was a very enriching experience, I would say.
Wow. I mean, really, really impressed by the people over there who are allowing students I
Yeah,
mean, take in their hands such costly machines, such costly equipments, and to train themselves. And this is a big
yeah,
thing. You generally do not get things like this in Indian institutions. So,
definitely, definitely. Yeah.
yeah. So, what facilities and mentorships and resources did OIST provide during the internship?
Okay, so like in terms of mentorship, it depends on your unit, the unit that you are going in. So they like my unit was like a special case because they do not did not have any PhD or postdocs, but there were staff scientists. And this my like unit, they had like great people. And
Mm,
I was able to, like if I wanted to come up with an idea of my own, I just went ahead and, like I used to tell them, I'm really interested in this work, and can we go ahead with this? And they were like, like you are free to do it. You can just order the stuff, you can just tell us what to order and what to do, and we can just go ahead with your idea. So that kind of mentorship I feel is great. And in OIST, usually like the units are very flexible, like with their work. So if the intern has, I've had friends at OIST in different units who were working on the projects they bought themselves, like they were working on their own project. So there's like a lot of flexibility I feel. And the mentorship like thing is great. And the resources, there are a lot of resources that can be used. There's like a central instrumentation facility. So if there is some instrument that is not available in your unit, you can just go ahead and use the central instrumentation facility. These
mm,
kind of things are also like in India,
mm,
in Indian institutes. So it's very much similar. But yeah, like there are many electron microscopes. It's not just, like the entire institute just has one. It's not like that. So they have many electron microscopes and many instruments, like which are definitely like only in some premium institutes in India.
yes,
So
right. Since you said that you did not have any PhD scholars in the laboratory that you were working in, so you were directly under the staff scientists. So were they also teaching you every protocol or every experiment that you had to do? Were they doing the bench work with you also?
yes, they were. So they were basically like involved with me, just like a PhD student would.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, the work was exactly the same. It's just the position was, they were like at a higher position, but they were working with me. We were doing the bench work together, everything together. So
Yes.
yeah.
So, how was the work culture in OIST, and how does it? Do you find any institutions? You have worked in so many institutions. Do you find any similarities between Indian institutions and OIST?
So, similarity, I would say that, like in terms of how you use the instruments, it's like very similar to like ICER, because I have like, like a very good idea about ICER. So, if I compare, it's very similar to ICER, how you use the instruments. Like for central instrumentation facility, you have to like, write your name and the duration that you were using the instrument for. Everything is very similar. What I find different is the hierarchy thing. In India, I feel there is like a lot of hierarchy, like you have like your professor, and you cannot sometimes you cannot just go directly talk to him as a bachelor student or as a master students. Of course, PhDs have a good bond with their professors, but as a master's or bachelor student, I feel they are not sometimes approachable. But
Yes.
in OIST, it was really nice, and I could just go and knock up to my professor's door and discuss ideas with him. And so this kind of hierarchy, I feel that it was not there. And it was actually a surprise, because Japan, I felt that Japan is going to be, like they show a lot of respect and all, and there's like a hierarchy usually. But at OIST, because it is inspired by the US education system,
Mm,
they try to try a different approach at research, and they want to just like abolish this hierarchy thing, so that we
mm.
can have good interactions like with our PI, and exchange our ideas, and things get like a bit better.
Next, can you tell me about the work culture at OIST? Are the professors over there very welcoming, or they refrain from trying something new?
So definitely at OIST, professors are very welcoming to new ideas. So if an intern is bringing their own idea, or if they want to change the techniques that are being used for a particular problem. So they are very open to, they really listen to you, and they are very open to your ideas. So that's like very good at OIST, I feel.
The most important thing that many Indian students are concerned is about the financial support, financial aspect of this internship. I have heard a lot about this internship. People say that everything is covered. I mean, you get a very really good opportunity in terms of financial benefits also. So I would like to talk about that aspect also. What funding or stipend does OIST provide to students?
Okay, so OIST, I would not say they provide you a very generous stipend, but they generously take care of you. I would say that because they are taking care of your flight charges, which can be a lot for a middle class family in India, right? So they are taking care of your airfare, like going like the round trip. And once you reach there, they are taking care of your taxi, like to reach the institute. And then they are taking care of your housing, so your housing is free. So in the house, like it's like like a fully furnished apartment. It's a three shared, like three people share an apartment, and it's like a very good apartment. And you get your kitchen, and like your bathroom, your washroom, and you even get a fully automatic washing machine. So everything is free. You do not have to pay bills or any such thing. Yeah, and also in addition to this, you get paid per day. So you get paid of 2,400 Japanese yen, like for a day. So that is like enough for your survival. Like you just need to buy your food. That's it. So basically, you won't be able to save if you're thinking that, yeah, like you'll save for after your internship is over, you'll be able to save a lot of money. No, that's not going to happen. You won't be able to save, but you will be able to survive there like comfortably. So this 2,400 is paid like for the days that you are working. So for the national holidays, for Saturdays and Sundays, like the weekends, you are not paid. You're just paid for the days you will be working. And at the end, this amount is somewhere around 40 to 50,000 yen, which is very much sufficient to live in Okinawa, to support your food and everything.
Okay, so you mean that the stipend that you are given mostly covers everything. You would not require to you would I mean you would not pay from your
Yeah.
pocket. That is what I want to say. Yeah.
So basically it's enough. So the thing is that when you come for the for your internship, it is advisable to bring 2 months a cash worth 2 months of your survival, which is around 50,000 to 60,000 yen, because you are paid at the end of the month. So, suppose, for example, if a person is joining their internship on April 1st, they
Mhm.
would be paid in the month of May, and that too in the end, May
Okay.
end. So
Okay.
we are paid on the on the last Fridays,
Mhm.
like of the
So,
month.
so
So
you said that the individual is paid per day. So per day they are counted, and finally you are
yeah,
paid the last. Yeah, that
yes,
is
yes.
okay.
So you have like an attendance sheet. Your attendance will be taken. So you have to go there, and at the month's end, you just have to fill the attendance form and
Mhm.
submit it to the graduate school, and then they will like give you your salary, like the month's salary.
Yeah.
So it's
Okay.
like,
Next, I have heard that it is difficult for Indian people to survive in Japan because of the fooding, majorly. The food is very different from that in India. So, what was your experience of living in Japan in terms of accommodation, food, cultural shock, and things like that? Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, definitely food was a bit of a problem in the beginning for me. So like I am a non-vegetarian. I do eat chicken and like meat products, but in Japan they are very fond of pork and beef.
Mm.
and due to my religious beliefs, I do not consume these. And yeah, so it was a bit of a problem for me in the beginning, but you get a hang of things, with time. You just know that where you have to go and where you don't have to go, like the restaurants you need to go and you don't need to go. Vegetarians definitely would have a much more problematic situation, because even the seafood there is considered vegetarian, so it can be a bit difficult. So vegan options are definitely there, but it's limited. But of course, there are many people. I've had friends at OIST who were like vegetarians, vegans, and they survived well. So basically, I was cooking my own food. It
Okay.
saves money, and as well, like you don't have much problems. So I was
Okay.
cooking for myself. And if you have any dietary restrictions, or if you're a vegetarian or vegan, something like that, you can always cook your own food. So that's
So,
a way out.
yes. So, do you find, since you said that OIST is situated on an island, it's an isolated place, so do you find restaurants or do you find marketplaces around?
Yeah, there are definitely some restaurants, or like the market. There is a market, and Naha is the main city, which is around like an hour or 1.5 hour away from OIST. So, like, you just take the bus, and if you want to explore, like if you're bored of your research and you just want to go out, so you can go to Naha. That's like a proper city area. And of course, like even in vicinity to OIST, there are some places. And Japan is also known for its convenience stores, which are like open, like 7-Eleven and like Lawson's and stuff like that. So these are the convenience stores which you can just go, and like even at 12 or 11 at night, you can just go there and just get
It's
something to.
safe. It's pretty
Yeah,
safe.
it's very safe. Japan is very, very safe. You can just go out whenever you
Okay.
want.
So, any challenges you faced while adapting to the new country, and how did you overcome that?
Personally, like this food thing was a bit of a problem for me in the initial days, but once I got a hang of it, it was like a smooth journey, and I learned a lot, and it was like one of the most beautiful experiences of my life. So I would not say that I like encountered any major challenges or such, because research wise and like student life wise, everything was very smooth. So yeah.
Okay. Okay. So, did you face any language issues also over there, or everyone speaks English?
So yeah, so OIST also provides language courses, like Japanese language course. So you can get enrolled in that, and get some basics clear. And OIST, as an institute, it's very, very multicultural, multinational. So you'll find people from all over the world, like at OIST. So English is like the primary language everyone is conversing in. Japanese, of course, outside, it can quite be a challenging situation, but they are very accommodating people, and they do, like you can always use the Google Translate. So
Mm.
every food item, for example, in the grocery store or in the supermarket, everything is written in Japanese. So for those situations, I used to use the Google Translate. I used to, I was on my phone all the time, like scanning the ingredients and everything. So for that, you can, of course, use the Google Translate. And people-wise, they are very accommodating. They do not know much English, like the local people, but they do help if you like use the Google Translate with them. They are very accommodating. And
Okay.
inside OIST, it's no problem. You can just converse in English. Everything is in English. So that's like a good thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, coming to the final aspect of this podcast, coming to the career impacts. Now, how did this internship affect in your academic or career growth? What do you think about that?
Yeah, so definitely, so OIST has like many conferences and seminars, which where people are invited from like very renowned and premium places. For
Mhm.
example, people coming from Max Planck, and
Mm.
people coming from Zurich, University
Mm.
of Zurich.
Mm.
So there are like people coming from premium institutes, and you get a lot of networking
Mm.
opportunity. So
Mhm.
I think that was one of the most highlighted like highlights of my entire internship, that I was able to meet many new people, many like-minded people, and you build a lot of connections.
Yeah.
So if someone is if someone just thinks that OIST is not their thing for PhD,
Mhm.
so in that case, like, you get these networking opportunities, so you can just just network with these kind of people and ask for a PhD position and just build your network for PhD. So in
Yeah.
my case, I think that this OIST internship has helped me with some PhD positions, with some PhD interviews. I still do not have a PhD position as such, but I do have quite a few interviews lined up. And
Okay.
yeah, like, I was able to meet some great-minded people and like-minded people. So I think in that way, OIST has helped me a lot.
So, a little while ago, you said that people are getting selected for the PhD program through on the basis of the internship that they do. So,
Yes.
would you be applying to a PhD for, I mean, PhD in OIST also?
Yes. So one important thing I would like to mention is that for this internship program is basically, it's to lure in students for their PhD program.
Yeah, I understand.
So because it's a budding institute, they want good PhD students. So when you apply for this internship, if your internship is for more than 4 months, this
Mhm.
would be counted as a rotation for your PhD. So, for example, the PhD system there is just like Indian PhD system. You have rotations. So in the
Mhm.
first year you are doing rotations, and in the second year you are just selecting a lab out of your rotations and
Mhm.
doing your project in that lab. So
Mhm.
for the first year you have to do like 4 rotations, and
Mhm.
if your internship is for more than 4 months,
Mhm.
then you can your internship would be counted as a rotation, and then you just have to do like 3 more rotations, so
Okay.
one down. So basically like that.
Wow. So that's a great thing. I mean, you are able to spare some time out of this. So, any
Yes.
final tips for students? I mean, many students would be hearing this podcast. I get many questions related to OIST. How can I make my application better? So, things like that. What are your final tips for students who would be applying? Since you said that April is the month where the internship opportunities open again, first time in the
Mm.
year, then they will be opened in October, you said. So again, now or somewhere from now, I do not know if it is opened as of now or not, but it would be open in some time, let's say. So what are
Yeah.
your final tips that students should take care of while applying to IST?
So I would say that the students should definitely focus on their SOP. Just write a very good SOP, very clear. You should be very clear about the project, about the unit you are applying to, what you want to do in that unit, how you can contribute to the unit, and how the unit can help your growth. So basically, you have to be very clear about these things. And also I would say that they definitely accept undergrads, but usually, like, there I have seen mostly people are from their masters, from their masters, or people who have completed their masters, or from for their undergrads, people who are like in like 4 years PhD, and they are in the final year of their final year of their BSc, their bachelors and stuff. So they are basically also looking into the skills that you're bringing. So I would say that if you do not have any skills, uh, applying to OIST can be, a bit of a difficult. Securing a position as an intern in OIST can be difficult for you, because you have to bring in some skills. I would say that in my case, I had many internship opportunities. I had my master's project as well, like 1 year of experience, and in similar fields. So that kind of thing, I feel that it helped me. And also I had they do look at your scores as well, like your GP and everything. So it's a very holistic thing. They judge you very holistically. So they do look at your GPA. So if you do not have experience, maybe you have to be very, very, like high in your GPA. Your GPA should be extremely high if you do not
Mm,
have to compensate.
mm,
So that kind of thing would help. And also, I had some scholarships,
mhm.
which I feel, like made my CV a bit more, on the positive side, a bit
Okay.
more impressive, maybe. So I think these kind of things can help if you have some scholarships already, or if your grades are really nice, and if you have like a lot of experience, and yeah, your LORs as well. So
Yeah.
you have to work on a lot of things, because the competition is, the bar is like very high, and the competition is too much. So you have to like work on every aspect of your
Okay.
application.
Yes, I understood that. So as Ishika said, that this application is a complete package. So if you are weak at a particular position, then you'll have to be good at the other position in order to compensate that. For students who have just started their bachelor's, BSc or BTech, as Ishika said, you'll have to be at your toes. That means you should be developing some or the other skill each and every vacation, summer vacations, winter vacations, as Ishika has already done that. So having so many skills helped her gain that much of experience so that she can apply to OIST, and people there has have seen merit in her application and have selected her. As she said that the competition is very, very high. So pay attention to the SOP that you are writing. Apart from that, your letter of recommendation should also be at par. I've seen students getting cliche words in their letter of recommendation, like the student is very good. I mean, this does not work because this is a generalized statement. I would highly recommend all of you to go to those professors who have known you since long, who can highlight your interests, who can highlight your each and every property in a nice way, so that the people who are reading in OIST, they get a clear impression about you, and not just cliche words that they're generally used. So that just does not count. So with this, we come to the end of this podcast. I hope you all enjoyed this podcast, and you would have gained a lot of experience on how you can apply to OIST. Thank you so much, all of you, and we would be back with another podcast some other time. Thank you and have a good day.